Hello, good evening, you guys. I decided to get on because I was getting ready to wash my hair, take a shower, wash my hair, and get into bed. But Auntie tired. B's tired because I have so much going on. I'm gonna have to get back on my Geritol. That's I need some energy. But I just got on tonight to talk a little bit because I didn't come on last night. Hey, Black Barbie. How are you, young lady? Hey, Ice. Be quiet. You said wake up. I know I'm so freaking tired. Y'all, Auntie be tired. I be trying to do a little something, and I be tired. I'm gonna have to get back on my Geritol so I can have some energy. I ain't been taking my vitamins like I normally do. Um, and I think I think that philosophy class. You moved from Cali. How you like it? How you liking it? Hey, or Bridgeforth, California is very busy. The traffic, I know, is just real hectic. I'm gonna go and visit. What part of California are you from? But I don't like fast-paced places. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I love New York. When I tell people, I'm like, "Ooh, I could live in New York." They go, "Are you crazy?" You know how New Yorkers talk. Are you crazy? We trying to get away from that rat race. I'm talking about okay, so you live in West Los Angeles. You know, they say Beverly Hills is not like what we think. It's like a little small neighborhood, and it's not like what we think it is. You know how we think Beverly Hills is all of that. Um, but I could live in New York in like in the Times Square part in an apartment that I know it probably costs like don't even have a bedroom. Probably have to share a restroom for like 15,000 in that area. I'm sharing no restrooms. We got a hotel one time, and I think it was in Lower Manhattan, and some of the hotels. Like it was great to book it. I was like, I told my friends, like, make sure now we're not sharing. It's like not like a community restroom because I ain't sharing a restroom no damn about it that I don't know. Yeah, it's expensive. Everywhere is expensive now. I've been looking at the housing market. I've been praying too. It's starting to gradually go on back down. So I was like, Lord, I sure thank you, God, because I'm just not going to I'm gonna wait until it's all the way on back down. I see gas is easing on back down, and I've been praying about that. I was like, Lord, please let the housing market just go down. Like houses that would be like 250 is 500,000. And so now when I'm because I'm looking, um, I want to remain in the downtown area. Everything downtown is expensive, but I want to remain in the downtown area. And I've been like looking at the houses, and I see the only thing about that's scary about that is that a lot of the houses is going up for sale. I did take a real estate class, and it says when there are a lot of houses that are going up for sale in an area, that's a bad sign. So you may want to look at to see what's going on. Like, is the crime rising for a long time, because I'm gonna tell you something, it's so many houses in Cordova that's so beautiful, they're so big. But even before they crime started getting bad in Cordova, I never wanted to live out there. Um, and even when, like, the apartments out there years ago was beautiful, I always knew, because I worked for the police department, that the rape crime out there, the sexual assaults on women, the crime was through the roof. So I just never wanted to live in Cordova, even though the houses are beautiful. I don't want to live out there. Okay. So if the only there are two areas. There are two areas. Now, if I could get a house over there where my mother lives, but they don't go up for sale often, in Twinkletown. Oh my God. I'm there. Look, I'm there. Um so I've been looking, and no houses go up for sale in Twinkletown. Okay. The people have to die out of those houses. Um I'm the Lionsgate. I went over into the Lionsgate community, and um I went over there in that community, and I was looking for a house, and then all of a sudden I saw a car. I kid you not. It don't I'm weird like that. It be like the smallest things that do something to my nerves to turn me off. And I saw a car, because they got some condos up in there too. And I saw this car come out of one of the drives. Ski! I mean, it's because I was like, I love it. I could, exercise. I could run around the community. It's gated and all of that. That car almost hit the damn gate. It made me so mad. I didn't know what to do. I was like, let me get my ass away from up out of here. That pissed me off. I don't want to live around nothing like that. Okay. Although it's like that everywhere. It's a damn food everywhere. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. It's a damn food everywhere. Several of them. And so the Whitehaven area, my family's out there. Y'all know my nerves bad. It I've been praying, God help my nerves. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've always been real isolated. I've always been real isolated. I never hung out with a lot of people. So now that I'm getting out there, and I have to be around people, and I love people. Don't get me wrong. I love people. I love to talk to them and stuff too. But it's just things that get on my nerves. And so the downtown area is number one. Okay. The downtown area is number one. I just ain't got the money to buy them houses in Harbor Town. Like if they, like, it's starting to come on down. Okay. So I saw this house up for sale. I kid you not, I saw this house up for sale in Harbor Town. And I was driving by, and I saw the owners out in the yard. I was like, because I was like, I like that house. It's the river view and everything. So um I went and asked the owner. I was like, how much is this house? He was like, come on in. I got scared. It was a little older black guy and an Asian lady on the house. He was like, come on in, let me show you. He was like, he's a honey. She saw the for sale sign, and she's, come on in. I started thinking, I was like, I don't go in folks' houses, but I was like, well, they kind of old, and I kick them in the knee or something. And it was so beautiful, and I think it was like for me. It was so for me because it wasn't too big or anything. It's like 3 stories, and I was like, up here I could do my studio. Like, I could move my studio up here on the 3rd floor, like my bedroom and it's 4 bedrooms, 2 other bedrooms, which I don't need, because when you have extra bedrooms, people they think that's for them to move in, like family. Okay, so which I don't mind. I'm just joking. And I said, how much do y'all have this house up for sale for? He said, we're asking $750,000. I said, well, sir, I tell you, y'all be blessed, because it wasn't nothing I could do. So then I went later on. I pulled the house up because I was like, Lord, it's got a wine. It was so beautiful. I said I could just lay in my bed and it's just something I could own. Cause I got a really beautiful view anyways where I live at the river. Okay. It's just that I don't own it. Okay. So anyways, I don't like constantly pouring money into something. And it was temporary anyways. Look at this. This is what I don't like for people to do my see. These girls getting lazy. They ain't sewing the hair in good no more. My sew in is already popping up. And I don't like that in the back. Anyways, y'all know how I am. So I went and looked at I went and did research on how much they paid for the house. They paid like 300 and something $1,000 for the house, and they selling it for 700 something thousand. So I mean, the housing market is the prices are going down. So I like Bartlett. You know, my mom was like, well, why don't you do Germantown? Germantown is nice, but I like Bartlett for some reason. I like Bartlett, not the okay. It's certain parts of Bartlett that I like. And I like Bartlett because the Bartlett Police Department don't play. But I really plan on just living downtown. That's it. I mean, even when I look other places, I ain't go. I plan on living downtown. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. So I've been just praying for the housing market to keep going down. But the scary thing is, y'all, is that a lot of people's houses are going into foreclosure. And I hate that so bad. I really thought I know it's bad, like, but I really thought I didn't think that this was happening where people were really just losing their homes and stuff. Because I started looking at this website and I was like, dog, I mean, and they're beautiful homes. Like so many homes are in foreclosure. So we just got to pray for people. You know, I don't know if it's losing their jobs, but you have to work more than one job to survive. It's so unfortunate now that you have to work more than one job to survive. And you got like two people in a household, like a married household, and they're still having to work two jobs, or one of them is having to work two jobs. I mean, especially, I mean, if you are single, I mean, you having to do all types of take on all types of legitimate jobs. That is, um, yeah, it's sad. It really is. It is. It's really sad. I was thinking today. I was like, I got to start budgeting. I just kind of throw money away. I do. I throw money away. But not anymore. I'm not gonna do it anymore because I'm always like I got to thinking about I was telling my mom, I was like, when I get those coupons and stuff, just like they'll say you got a cash coupon. Like Kohl's give me so much. Like I remember Kohl's, I had like 90 cash dollars on Kohl's, that cash back or whatever. And once you get on there and you get to shopping, you're gonna always spend over that. You see what I mean? So I don't need nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't need anything. God has blessed me with everything I need. I'm talking about like as far as like clothes. I don't want no more clothes. I don't want no more shoes. I'm gonna give some of my stuff away. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it. I'm going to I'm gonna give it away. A lot of what I don't want. And and just start preparing for God to bless me. Because, I got stuff in storage from when I sold my house. And I was thinking about, I was like, when I move into my new house, because I'm already manifesting that it's going to happen. I was like, I don't even want that furniture and stuff that I put in storage and stuff. Like, I don't want it. I just want to, I want to start over new. And so I'm going to even like the furniture I got now. I'm right before I get ready to move again. I'm going to just give this sectional because I like sectionals. I'm gonna give this sectional away. I'm gonna give um the couch and love seat and storage away. I I guess I could have a yard sale, but I don't be want to be bothered with stuff like that. So I'm gonna just give it away and just start doing something new. I go to yard sales, give me some new stuff. I am so not above yard sales. I grew up going to yard sales, in the rich people's neighborhood. And you go to the yard sales and they have beautiful stuff. And you could deck your house out with the rich people stuff, child. Like the pictures on the walls and stuff that ain't got that cheap paint on it. It used to be this place that people used to order from. Y'all, I forget what it's called. What's the name of that place that you used to get your decorations and stuff from? And they had nice decorations. But the painting on the decorations were I never the gold and stuff, it was cheap. You could tell like it was real shiny. I don't like no mess like that. I mean, it looks cheap. It was pretty, but you could tell that it was cheap. I don't like stuff when you could tell that it's cheap. Oh my God. I used to, when I was a little girl, I promise you, I used to be so happy on Saturdays. We went to a yard. I went to the yard sales with my mamas. I say my mamas because I call my mom and my grandma mama. I went to and my great aunts and my cousins and stuff. We were all like they would get the sale paper. We would get out at 6 o'clock in the morning and we would be out yard selling until like 1. That was basically all day. And sometimes they want to stay longer. I was coming home the other day. I don't know why I didn't stop. They was having an estate sale in one of those big old houses. And I was like, right next door to one of the judges lived down the street. Um, One of the judges lived well, several of them. I saw that guy. I was at I went into the market the other day and I saw the heavyset guy from Channel 3, black guy. He lives down here. I've seen did you all know that Sybil Shepherd is from Memphis and lives down here? There's an area that they be sitting out there, a lot of them. Oh, I ain't gonna say anyways. Um, but they just chill, child. Their teeth and stuff be messed up. They I guess they stay rich because they don't spend no money. Who else have I seen? Shane Battier um has a house. One, two, three. He's 3 houses down from me. Um, who else is down? There's a lot of them down here. Um, um, who else? A lot of them are. Yeah, I be telling my daughters. I said, let me tell y'all something. In the summertime, them Grizzlies players, they be training, they be running up. Okay, I be trying to tell my daughters. Um. Anyways, y'all, what we talking about today? We talking about Memphis. We don't talk about that. It's still, I was looking at something that Blackwood News had put up. Shout out to Blackwood News. I had not seen Blackwood News in a while, but somebody was saying that maybe his page had gotten taken or something. And I don't know why anybody, let me just say this, I don't know why anybody would ever, unless it was the police or something like that. You know, they do little crazy things like that because when they get mad, because Blackwood News has always been front and center. He got there before the news media got there, and people, he actually got more information from people than the news media, from than the police, because people felt comfortable talking to him, you know, because he got a cool like personality, cooler guy. And I saw that he was out on the scene tonight. Is something going on? Um is something going on. And I believe it was like in the downtown area. And what I've been noticing is, you know, I don't think that it's fair, because I think, you know, the police should um be saturated everywhere. What I've started noticing, it's like when you, where you see the wealthy people at and they start putting their houses and stuff up for sale, like places like where I live at, where they want to be exclusively really for the rich people. I ain't rich though, I ain't near, but I'm gonna be, Lord. I just manifest, Lord. Just I be like, Lord, let some of that wealth rub off on me. But they have the police everywhere. They do. What they'll start doing is giving like free condos and stuff to law enforcement, so, and let them bring their cars home. Um, and it's always cars everywhere, always cars everywhere. So when I come home, always like I be waking up sometimes in the middle of the night, and you know, you look out the window. I mean, I don't. They probably be asleep over there, but they be out there. They be out there doing something. Um, but I think it should be like that everywhere. You know, where people should could feel safe and um, saturate, especially in neighborhoods where there is a lot of crime, right? But I saw something had gone on at Greenlaw, and I don't know if someone had lost their life or whatever, but it's kind of it's wild, you know. And shout out to Grayface. He had sent me something on a story that I did. I had no idea that this young man the other day had any affiliation with Pooh Shiesty, anything like that. I didn't know that at all. Um, that has been missing for 3 months. I hope, you know, because you know Pooh Shiesty has a buzz. Hey, Edward Potts, he has a buzz. So I hope that Pooh Shiesty is not, does not have his hands in that in no way, shape, or form. I really do, because I don't know if he's still on paper. I don't know what the deal is with that. But I'm sure he'll be found. But the mere fact that he's been running, what's up, the Alabama hitter? Ant Wop. That's his name, Ant Wop. Well, I'm talking about Ant Wop there. I didn't even know his stage name. So is he a rapper or something? Because I didn't even know it. But another young man had did a little thing on him from the family. I think that's the name of his show. And that was, it was pretty interesting, you know, talking about his Pooh Shiesty's friend. And you hear people all over the internet saying that, you know, he got friends with money that's hiding him. So um hey, I hope he, I don't know what kind of, so was it, he was charged with, yeah, he was charged with first degree. He was charged with first degree, so he ain't got nothing to lose. I was going to say he ain't got nothing to lose, so he's gonna try to stay on the run as long as he can, because he ain't coming home no more. He's not gonna come home anymore, so he gonna try to stay out as long as he can. Oh, so he's Chopper Gang. So he's a big 30. Is Pooh Shiesty Chopper Gang? I didn't know that. Oh, Lord Jesus. Big 30. Lord have mercy. Well, I mean, Big 30 would be the one, probably, that would be spearheading whatever that is that's going on with that, maybe. Big 30, I thought Big 30 had been kind of quiet. I hadn't seen anything on Big 30 in a long time. Okay, they're both Chopper Gang. Oh, wow. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, we got to pray for, um, I keep saying this, we got to pray for those that have been wrongly convicted. Because I'm going to tell you what's really sad about the state prosecutor's office that I don't like. It seems to me that they will let the guilty go free and they try to keep the innocent locked up. I don't like that. Um, I can understand, Steve wanting to, um, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain fogged up because I'm getting sleepy. I have to fix me some coffee because I ain't even been on here 26 minutes. Um, give some of the law students that just graduated a chance. But you talking about a job as um, as important as a prosecutor, where people being charged, their lives are, you know, on the line. And when you're accused, somebody has been falsely accused of something like a grape, and the person changes their statement, and you refuse, and you sit up and say, you have a prosecutor to sit up and say, a state prosecutor, that is, um, I think they were coerced when there's a history of the person lying and saying that somebody raped them. It's almost like it's a mental illness. But rather than reverse this and do what's right, you keep the person locked down, and you rather say, I believe y'all coerced them. Yeah, don't get me started because I be getting mad. You just got your ass out of law school. You don't know nothing. Hey, the Black Barbie. That's the only thing. And I don't be hard on Steve. Steve said he's gonna come and give me an interview, and I'll have the opportunity to have some really good dialogue with him. Um, yeah, because stuff like that got to be talked about. Anyway, y'all, I was getting ready to pull up Green Law. Let me pull that up. Maybe I'll make me some coffee. I don't know what's going on, y'all. That I'm so tired. Hold on, the black. I said, Lord, Black Barbie. I'm so tired. I was getting ready to look up Blackwood News, and I put in the black. I was ready to put in the Black Barbie. Lord, Greenwood News. I mean Blackwood News. Lord, did I? Hold on, y'all. Hey, Big 21.
South Memphis right now. Active scene in South Memphis right now on Austin. There's a man in his vehicle dead.
Oh my freaking God.
Detectives are on the scene. Forensics just pulled up. Oh man. Only on Black News.
Wow. Oh, that's messed up. That is in South Memphis. That's right there off of Third Street. Austin is. It's right there off of Third Street, right before you get to Crump. Mm. I wonder how long he had been in that vehicle dead. I wonder if there was a shooting that happened today, or was it? I don't know. Do I know the vehicle that was sitting out there? I don't know. Hmm. He says till world blow. I don't know. I really, I don't know if it was natural causes or if he was shot, but this violence and stuff has to stop. That's why I say that it's still wild in Memphis. Like it is. It's even, you don't see. I was going to say you don't see the National Guard. They're not. Um, it's not. They're not as well. I don't know because I'm gonna tell you something. I went into the Kroger in Whitehaven um last week, and when I was standing over there by the meat, and I saw all of these people in army fatigue just walk in, and they was just walking around the store. But you don't see them, not even the state troopers, as much anymore. But now, like when you go down those little streets though in South Memphis, I ain't gonna lie, you do see there are some troopers. No, but you know what? I forget the name of that street that it is because South Memphis sometimes we have those little especially around Macklemore, those little narrow streets. And I drove by. They had this car pulled over, and when I drove by, on their vest it said FBI. It was a lot of them out there, so they definitely outside. But when they pulling people over for, like little small stuff, that defeats the purpose of what they're supposed to be doing. They're trying to make a lot of these cities into smart cities. Mm, 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 mm. Alex Coleman, that's his name. That's the news anchor guy that I saw. Alex Coleman. Tim, I'm proud of you and your growth on here. This has been a good year with you and crew. It has. And thank you all for being, I was thinking about that. I was saying that to Diane the other day. I said, it seems like, like the people that's left in my chat, even the ones that never say anything that's in the bushes, they're mature. It seems like, God has blessed me to have a mature group, those that, had agendas or whatever, or um, wanted to keep turmoil and stuff going. A lot of times they just kind of fall off. And not everybody that, stopped coming in was full of turmoil. Sometimes people just decide, they don't want to come into the chat anymore, and that's cool. I'm not mad about that. But people that come in and keep stuff going, like I cannot deal with that. Um, I like for people to know how to talk to each other. You know, and knows how to communicate, and I think we got a bunch of adults that knows how to communicate. Hmm. And it has been such a good year. I think just the mere fact that I'm finishing, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you're gonna go back to school, go on and do it, because as the years go on, I thought I only had a few hours. They start adding stuff. No, now you gotta have this. Now you gotta have that. They be adding stuff to make sure they get your money. Um, yep. But finishing school is something that I had wanted to do. It has made me so happy. I'm so dedicated. That's why I think that's why I'm tired now. Like my brain has been working so hard in that philosophy. It makes you it has made my body tired. Child, I'm glad that class is over with. Trump is addressing the nation. What he talking about? Yes, it will. But I got the philosophy out of the way. I'm gonna take my last little math class in the summer. Well, whenever I do it, I'm just gonna only take the math by itself because I have to concentrate on that. Um, yeah, he's cutting costs on goods. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of what color I would want my bedroom. Yeah, believe it or not, like I for the most part, I've always had. Don't laugh at me. Like my last bedroom's purple and gold. This time it's like a hot pink. Like my quilts and stuff are like hot pink and chocolate. Um, I've been trying to decide on what color when I move into my house. What color do I want my bedroom to be? Just probably I may lighten it up. Definitely keep the hot pink quilts and stuff, but I may lighten it up a little bit and not do the chocolate. Hmm. I was ready to tell y'all something like I forgot. What was I get ready to say before I? Oh, I was talking about school, and I would encourage anybody if there's anything that you want to do for yourself, do it now. Next year, which is in 2026, I am so dedicated to just losing all of my weight, like getting totally back down to myself. That's what I'm dedicated to doing, and I'll do it. Like last year, um, it started out kind of rocky as it was in 2024 and 2023, but it's ending good. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. There is nothing like going through a depression and coming out of it. You know, and that's what happened for me. I went through such a bad depression and came out of it. And I didn't have to take any medicines. I didn't have to go. Well, I do get grief counseling. I do get grief counseling, and which I would recommend for anybody if you've lost someone and you've grieved. Um, Even if you internalize it, I think having a grief counselor is really good. So it has just been a fascinating year for me. I've been so happy, just like just so happy. Like even like the small things make me happy. Just being like me and my granddaughter looking at movies and stuff together, and me and my daughters, and believe it or not, like making amends like with my kids' fathers has been really good for me. Making amends with them, it's like being cool with them. I don't want to be their friend or nothing, but not having any hostility anymore. Because sometimes you carry that. I know I did. Like for a long time, I used to, and we talk about this stuff because we're all the same, right? Believe it or not, people be doing worse. And when they have obsessions with you, they listen for any little thing, you know. But I'm able to talk about stuff that I came out of, I've been delivered from. Like it didn't break me or anything like that. But for so many years, like when my girls was growing up, I used to be like, God, you've blessed me like with a support system, because I would have been just like any other woman that was single, with no support, just out there by myself, struggling if I didn't have my folks. My mom and them made sure that I didn't struggle. And but one of the things that I always regretted was that at that time I was like, dog, my girls, I've always worked hard and had my family to help me, but I didn't give them good fathers. I would have wanted them to have supportive fathers. So I kind of dealt um that kind of weighed on me. I kind of felt like I didn't I wish I could have did better, chose better, and gave them better fathers at the time. But as you get older, you understand like they went through their own stuff too. Those guys went through their own things. People are, when they're younger, they're immature. You have to give them some grace too. When they was just as stupid as I was, and they go through their own stuff, and then they grow, and then they have regrets about what they did. Hey, actual treasure, they have their regrets about what they did, and you're able to just let stuff go. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason because um you never really know. Like some of these people be fighting demons. Um they be fighting demons, and it's probably a good thing that things happen the way you're right, that they happen the way that they happen. Because once people fight demons for so long and then they get delivered from those demons, they'll tell you, I was snowing. Are you serious? You was snowing? Yeah, I had been doing this since I was 17. Oh my God. So, hey, I'm just saying in general, folks will, you just never know. So God always will take you around stuff. Cause I ain't want to deal with no damn crackheads. Okay. Um, I'm telling you, I ain't dealing with no crackheads. You just never know what people be doing. Okay. And I'm not saying, because I know they bees in the bushes. On Facebook now. And I never be live on Facebook like that. I was live one day, and my oldest daughter's dad is not my Facebook friend. And I look and here I see him. It show his name. I hollered. I said, look at him peeking in on me. His old self, this old man looking at me for. Um, yeah, but everything happens for a reason. But back to Memphis though. You know, I get to thinking about, like, in Memphis, we have like, right, we don't understand. Like, they were once children. And you talking about young men that came from up out of the hood. So a lot of things they were exposed to. You know what I mean? Like, some people, when they are in a certain environments, it very some often very not a whole lot of them are able to get around being exposed to a lot of things. And then sometimes they allow those things to, like, penetrate them. Like, they'll mess around and get hooked on stuff. And I kind of think that like, it's funny because my youngest daughter's dad, and I'm not trying to say that nobody knows who they are anyways. Like, he was saying, when my daughter had to have when our daughter had surgery a few months back, emergency surgery. And every time she, was going to the hospital and stuff, he was sitting he worked overnight, and he would leave. If I called him, like something going on with her, he'd come right out there and sit. He'd be tired and everything. And she's 24, and he would make sure that he was right there. And but he was my mother, and he and I were sitting in her room when she was down in surgery. And so he was talking to my mom. He's always had a really good relationship with my mama. Okay. And so he was telling my mom how, like, he don't drink alcohol at all, because, like, he was like getting had an addiction. That shocked me. I never knew him to have. He never drank nothing. Like, when I remember when we were dating, and that was a long time ago, I never saw him drink anything. I never saw him drink nothing. So, and maybe that's why. And that would have been, like, as a teenager, that he was having, like, alcohol. He was an alcoholic, like a 16, 17, like, those type of addictions, because he wouldn't touch nothing. The other one had, so God is good, like I said, God will take you around certain things so that you don't have to be. Because I know for me, I definitely was not exposed to. That's why I tell people, like, I've had to give folks grace. I mean, I have not lived in the project since I was 12, going on 13. So even back then, it was a lot different. So when I see stuff now, when I say, I can't believe this, I can't believe, grown folks do this, I can't believe that. what I I'm just learning that people are people. You just never know. Cause even when I started working for the police department, I understood, like, when the criminals was coming in there and they were doing certain things. Okay, these are criminals. They're sick, some of them, and they did this. Okay, so they got to pay. But adults, I felt like that was getting up, going to work every day. Just like it was really a shock to me how I saw, like, when Onan had his coats over there, how women, like, that was intelligent, that had jobs, was jeopardizing their livelihood for this man. To me, I could not wrap my psyche like around it. You know what I mean? Like, but hey, like I said, um, we were all raised different. We all come from different walks of life and stuff. Everybody is just different. So somebody else's tolerance may be a little shorter than mine, or I just think that you have to ask God to give you a heart to at least give people a little bit of grace, because you sure don't never know what people have gone through. You don't really know what they've gone through. I always thought that I was really patient with, because I did grow up around street dudes now, because my cousin and them was street dudes. Um, I grew up around street dudes, and I never dated a lot, but the guys I dated more street dudes than I did any any regular guys. Y'all gonna find this funny, but the street dudes treated me better than the guys that was so called had um you know that weren't, okay, because they were more down to earth. So it they had humility. Why am I getting tired, Tom? They had humility. Um, they were kinder. They was more giving, and and they could think circles around a lot of the ones that thought that they were educated. Those street dudes could think circles around them, not in terms of hustling them, because I didn't deal with guys that like to try to hustle people. I'm talking about in terms of coming up with ideas and stuff, like who could count money better, who could get money better. Just they just chose, unfortunately, because of being a product of their environment, they ended up getting caught up in the midst of that, because they may have not had fathers and stuff to show them another way. Mama was always at work, like working. So the streets, the dudes, the older dudes around the neighborhood kind of just raised them up. And that's kind of why I'm always kind of hard on some of these older dudes now, when they're sending these young dudes out to be hit men. They didn't do stuff like that a whole lot back then. They dare not do something like that. So that's why I know they know better. But yeah, that's why I say we just have to ask God to show us how to have a heart of understanding. I think if I'm not anything else, I sure can be real understanding. I can. Hey, Dominic Petty. Sometimes people who smile a lot. Right. When people, I was looking at this guy picture earlier. I was looking at his picture, and I was looking at his eyes. I was like, dog, that's a handsome guy. But I was looking at his eyes. I was like, that dude got so much trauma going on. Like, he really just got a lot of trauma there. You could tell a lot by looking in people's eyes, like the sadness and stuff in their eyes. You can tell when they're crazy too. I don't deal with people that's got crazy eyes. Okay, when their eyes crazy, ladies, you might need to go ahead and miss him. And the women too, because a lot of these women crazy too. I look at people's eyes and tell they crazy. And when they have a lot of trauma, there's sadness and stuff. I hate that. So many men have gone through so much trauma. Women too, but when I'm on the men right now because like a lot of men have been made because they were taught to internalize everything. They don't verbalize nothing. They just like carry the world on their shoulder, they seem extremely abrasive. Like I don't like difficult men. I'm not gonna try to love a difficult man. I'm just not going to. I can't do it. You know, you got that trauma. I'm gonna pray for you, but you just gone on with your life and leave me alone, okay? Because you're too difficult. But but it's so many men that have dealt with a lot of trauma that they have not gotten any healing from, and so what ends up happening is they end up mistreating every woman that tries to love them if she lets them. She'll either let him he'll either ruin her and make her docile or make her meaner than a junkyard dog. And I think I have to catch myself on that because I think dealing with some of the guys I've dealt with have made me, because I was always taught to be real soft and gentle, and I love that. That's why when I get with guys, I was telling y'all about Gangster Pat. I was always able to be very feminine with him, very feminine and very sensual because he allowed me that type of atmosphere, right? But s- but like a whole lot of other guys have always made me be extremely mean to them because I always had to keep my guards up. Once I started figuring them out, like, dog, this dude is think he a hustler. He's a user. Okay. Now he's trying to manipulate me. Like they just wouldn't allow me to operate in my feminine energy. So it just always ended bad because I'm not gonna be with a man like that. He's so traumatized. Some people just need to get healing. They might not even be bad people. They just need to go and get some healing. That's what they need to do. That's all I'm saying about that. They need to go get some healing. Mm. Y'all, guess what I got? Guess what I ordered? I've been losing my mind on ordering those body butters. Guess what I ordered? I ordered banana pie. I ordered the banana pie um body butter with the oil with the spray and the sweet pear. Oh my god. And the orange dreamsicle. I got some lavender today. I'm gonna put this lavender on me once I get out the shower. It's gonna help me sleep really good. I'm gonna smell it. That smells so good. Oh, that lavender smells so good. Lemon scents are my favorite scents. I love to smell like a sweet lemon. Let me see how this lemon smells. Mm, it's not so bad. Lemon drop. Okay. Mm. my God, it smells like a fresh squeezed lemon. I can't wait to get out the shower. I think I'm gonna put this lemon drop on tonight. No, these are body butters I get from 7th Avenue and from Canvas Beauty. I get the body butter, I get the body spray, I get the body wash. I'm gonna tell you, I was flat foot smelling like from Canvas Beauty. Her scents are so strong. I I normally don't even like the strawberry. I was smelling like a straight up strawberry shortcake today. When I got when I got in the elevator today, I was going to court at 2:01 today. I promise you, when I in the elevator, I promise you, I young lady in there said, "What do you have on?" I said, "Canvas Beauty, strawberry, shortcake." She said, "It smells so good. You smell like a." She said, "You smell like a strawberry cake." And it's so it's body glaze. It like it melts on your skin like a glaze. And I got the spray. And but tonight I'm gonna be smelling when I'm gonna take my shower. I'm gonna be smelling like a lemon drop. I love to take showers and go to bed smelling good, like with my body butters and my sprays and stuff. And it's got a sheen in it that makes your your hands and your arms and your legs and stuff shine and glisten. It's almost like an icing. I'm telling you, it's so. I'm getting ready to show y'all. I'm telling you. Now I'm gonna put on the when I get out the shower. I'm gonna put on that lemon drop. But tomorrow when I go to work, cause I got a watermelon, I'm gonna be. Oh my God, that watermelon smells so good. I'm gonna make sure I got the watermelon body wash, watermelon spray, and the watermelon glaze. So I'm gonna be smelling like a watermelon tomorrow when I go to work. And then I think Friday I'm gonna put on the banana pie. I'm gonna put on that banana pie. I want one for every day of the week. So I'm not. And I think I've gotten that. Let's see if I got one in here that I haven't smelled yet. That's the peach. Did I smell the peach? Peach orchid. Let me smell the peach orchid. Ooh, that smells like a fresh peach. Mmm. Ooh. Mmm. Oh my God. Mmm. Oh, I didn't smell the coconut butter. Smell the coconut butter. I'm gonna show y'all, ladies. I'm getting ready to show y'all where I get it from. I'm gonna show y'all before I get off of here. And it smells so good. I'm having a hard time getting this coconut butter open. The plastic on there tight. Hmm. I don't even open it with. Let's see what else I got. Yeah, let me tell y'all what happened today. This lady be selling something. Okay. And she was selling them for $5. She was selling them for $5. And I'm getting ready to do something I'm going to tell you all about like next week. And I was like, okay, I'll stock up because she get them in and then she's selling for $5. And I was like, I told her, I said, I'm gonna stock up. I said, so I'm gonna make sure, like, every time I patronize you, I'm not gonna spend anything less than 100. I was like, I'm gonna buy everything in bulks from you. And she was like, okay. And so she was like, okay, you buy them in bulks. You buy everything in bulks. We could keep it just like it. It's like, cool. So I was talking to somebody today. I was like, we need to go and stock up because we got a lot of things to start preparing for. Some things we're gonna do in 2026, and we could already just be stocked up and we watch our budget and all of that, right? I was like, cool. So I told her, I was like, you know what? I've decided. Well, we decided we want to go ahead and just stock up and get some more. If you've got some more in, and I was like, I want to buy in bulks. I ain't even tell her. Yeah, I was getting ready to get $300 worth. She was like, yeah, but it's gone up to $7. Now $7 ain't nothing. But you know, the issue with us is black people, sis. Okay? Y'all know how to put that people sis on the end. We get greedy. And we had just said, okay, so we got the budget. We'll get $300 worth this time, and in a few weeks we'll get about $500 worth because we're gonna be constantly getting them in bulks for what we're doing because to be able to give to it's gonna be for what we're doing, right? It would have been in the budget. We was ready to hook that lady up and she got greedy. I don't like for people to do me like that. I just don't like for people to do that. And I think that black people have it really bad about doing stuff like that. And I don't want for her. I think she decided she got it. I'm gonna see if I can get more. And I think that's the issue with us, right? Um, that's how we miss out on our blessings. She definitely met. We was getting ready to hook her up bad, real bad. I promise you, we was getting ready to hook her up at least for the next 8 months. We was getting ready to hook her up because we are gonna need it. And she messed herself out of something. Even if she go back down, I don't want it. I don't mess with people when they do me like that. I don't want you to go down. I want you to stay. I don't try to talk people down. I want people to charge what they charge, and if I can't afford it, or if it's just not, it doesn't work for me, I just ain't gonna get it. That's it. I'm not gonna tell you now come down, cause no, I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Okay, I respect that. It just don't work for me. She gonna wish she had though. She probably gonna wish she had though. She probably wish she had now, cause she thought I was. Like I said, we had put her in our budget. Isn't that something? We had put that lady in our budget. Um. Anyways, y'all, what else been going on? Like I said, we see the streets of Memphis. Like, I really hope and pray that these rappers don't like Big 30 and all of them. Now that they saying that the young man is like was cool with Big 30, I hope Big 30 and them are not the ones that's hiding this young man. I hope not. Um, but like I said, he got a first degree murder. That whole little situation was kind of weird to me because if you have been convicted of first degree murder, what would make you think that you got a $2,500 bond? I mean, it just kind of seemed like it somebody from the inside did. So I don't know. I can't wrap my psyche around it right now. But that means somebody had to tell, if you've just been convicted, who would tell you that you got a $2,500 bond? Who would tell you that? So the bailer, the jailer, I mean, but somebody had to work that paperwork up though from out of release. This thing is getting weird. Okay. But I hope the young man get found and sent back to jail without, without a struggle or without anything bad happening to him. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him. But he been out for 3 months. So I'm sure he living in somebody's damn basement. Mm. Yeah, that lemon drop smells so good. You feel like they let him out for a reason? Well, that might be true because they sure just letting them out. They sure just letting them out. I don't know what's going on with these folks, but they're gonna need to calm down. They doing the most down there, and they holding folks that's innocent. That's the crazy thing to me. They holding the innocent people. Hmm. So, what reason you all think they let him out for? She said she think they let him out for a reason, but they might. I mean, they have so many weird things going on now. Like I I believe that me personally, I think that the best thing that could have happened, just from what I see, um, is that they did get other federal entities involved. What I also see is that they're quietly fixing things where, because it seems like the state is um just with the way the state is doing stuff is kind of screwed up. So they're slowly starting to put um get like, if they're arrested by the feds or whatever, make changing laws to make them more stringent so that they can be prosecuted federally, because they're not going to, they at least they're going to do some type of time federally, instead of being arrested one day and being out the next day by way of the state. Because at this point, that's exactly what's happening, which is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So I don't know, y'all. Like I said, um I was I had to sit in court today. I was sitting in a courtroom today, and a female judge, and it was a guy that was on the stand. Yeah, I really don't understand. Like our people need some repair and to be habilitated, some type of habilitation of what's right, because it's a lot of people that has not had that. They don't necessarily know anything about it, and it's kind of scary when you start looking at these people that's in court and they've been accused of these crimes, and they don't I don't I either they don't get it, or they just don't give a damn. That's what it is. Like, well, Mr. Such and Such, did you know you did that? Well, I really didn't rob them. They gave it to me. They gave it to you. Were you pointing a weapon at them? Yeah, but they just handed it to me though. Uh, it's something wrong. So, but I hope 30 of them are not mixed up in this, because I think the federal I think the federal prosecutors are they have a lot that has been placed on their shoulder, and it seems like it's stacking up higher and higher and higher and higher. So that's why I say I think it's a good thing that the federal entities are in the Memphis area. It's needed, to try and restore some type of order, because a lot of the criminals in Memphis was totally brazen with what they was doing, because they knew that there wouldn't be any repercussions. It wouldn't be any repercussions, so for anything. So um hey, when you are a law abiding citizen and you work hard, you don't want to be scared, in your own stuff, because people are really just off of their rockers. But order has to be restored, and hey, I've been trying to figure out what can we do as a people. Um, Mental illness is definitely at an all-time high. I've never seen so much mental illness. So if you ask me, it's engineered. Like, what is happening to make people so cold-blooded? It's something that's got people mentally ill like that. And I don't think that they're born like that. You have people that have a lot of trauma, and I think parents, whether it's a man or woman, they're gonna have to be very careful about who and what they expose their children to. Kids are being exposed to everything. As I was complaining before, they're just not allowed to be kids. Kids are just not allowed to be children anymore, and that's what's hurtful to me. Cussing in front of kids, drinking and smoking in front of kids, drinking and smoking with their kids. At least if you're going to be doing something, I think, at least try to provide a safe environment for your kids so that they don't have to dwell in that, you know, and see a lot of this stuff. So I wish that, parents wouldn't allow that, you know. And even if you got to work, still be careful about who you leave your children with. I've seen people leave their kids with the very worst of people. And why you leave your kids with them? I gotta work. They the only people that I can afford. And this and that. They're justifying why leaving their kids in environments that no children should be in. You know, before I would leave my children in some type of environment where I know it is not conducive to my kids, they're gonna be seeing anything, they're gonna be seeing everything. I'll say, Lord, I need you to carry me, but I know faith without works is dead. I'm gonna resign. I'm gonna get some government assistance while I go to school. And so that's a hand up. I don't have no issues with hand up. That's a hand up. I'm going to school. My kids are more important. I am not subjecting my kids to this because even though I got to work, my kids are more important. So there has to be an alternative. Lord, I'm gonna go and let the government give me a hand up, okay, while I go to school and protect my children. Okay, these kids got to be protected because it's not an excuse. Well, baby, I had to feed you. Yeah, but you knew what type of environment this was. This was okay. Kids are very vulnerable. They are. They're very vulnerable. And I'm telling you now, it's more sickos than there ever was before. These folks don't have no type of discipline now. They don't have no type of discipline. They get to looking at your little girl and they go, well, she ain't my sister. She ain't my cousin. She ain't related to me. Come here. And you done left your little girl. Hey, I don't mean no harm. Listen, I don't take this personally. But I don't think nobody that's got little girls should be leaving them in households of people that have growing boys. I don't because they get curious. Kids get curious. I don't think that that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. And one thing about it, when you leave your kids with these people, and their sons do something to them folks gonna ride with they gonna ride with their kids. So even if they catch them doing something, they're gonna ride with their children. My son ain't did that, or they're gonna tell the little girl not to say nothing. Okay. So now you got a hurt little girl that's gonna be carrying around trauma, probably for the rest of her life. A lot of these women that's acting out right now, they've been traumatized. A lot of them have been molested or had something to happen to them, and they never got any help for it because they was made to internalize it. Because you have a lot of girls that are angry because they told their mama that something was happening to them, and the mama chose to believe the boyfriend. We used to have a young lady, I got to check on her too, that would come in here, and every time she would get on, she would come up. Okay. That lady internalized a lot. She's in her 40s now. She always go back to when she was a little girl and her mama's boyfriend raped her. And she told him, and she told her mama, and her mama chose to believe the boyfriend. Her mama broke up with the boyfriend and back with the man to this day. Got back with the man, and she can't hardly handle it. And so I hope that at some point, because she used to call me sometimes, and I would tell her, I really want her to get some counseling. Because, like I said, broken kids grow up to be broken adults if they don't get some help. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. There's a lot of broken adults that never dealt with their trauma because they don't know how to deal with it. And then we know in black households, we were always told whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. You do not talk about what go on in this house outside of this house. And in a lot of black communities, it's starting to change now, thank God. Because I used to be one of those ones. You don't go talk to no shrink. You don't go talk to no psychologist, because psychiatrists, they want to make you feel like it was something wrong with you. People have things going on. They're scared to tell somebody because you tell a family member, they'll talk about you. It's a sad thing when you can't even talk to the people about what's going on with you that's supposed to be closest with you, because you are afraid that they're gonna just talk about you. And so I think as adults we have to do better than that, because the Bible says that the very thing that you wish upon somebody else will come upon you. So we have to be careful, about talking about people because they're going through something, you know, because we all go through storms. I promise you we do. Anyways, y'all. Mm-hmm. Anyways, y'all, I gotta get off of here. I need to take a shower and wash my hair. I have to sit up under the dryer and set my hair. Uh, what time is it? It's still early. It's just 9, so I need to go ahead and do that. I enjoyed y'all tonight. I appreciate y'all stopping in and hanging out with me for a little while. I'm gonna get better. I've been really tired, y'all. I have. Y'all can hear it in my voice. I'm telling you, taking that philosophy class took me down through there. And I feel like my mind is just getting the opportunity to rest, and I am broken down. But we're going to start getting into some stuff. I'm going to tell you all about something that I'm doing next week. And I would love for you all to support me on it. And we'll be talking more about it. We're going to start having a lot of things going on. And okay, Tierney, I'm going to call you. A lot of things going on. And start getting guests on here. So that you all can communicate with some of these people and have the opportunity to ask your questions and all of those good things as we prepare to just do some things for we prepare the Memphis. I don't want to say it yet, okay? I don't want to say it yet. But listen, hey, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Y'all sleep peacefully tonight. I'll talk to you later.